Hello everyone, it's Hedgehog here, and today I'm here to talk about Edie Valley moving forward, because this arc is about to come to an end. And I've said some things about it on my Discord and everything like that, but I wanted to make a nice little video on Edie Valley and what's going to happen with it in the future. So I'm sure many of you are probably aware of the fact that there's a lot of stories in Edie Valley that have not been told yet. There's a lot of details about a lot of characters. We haven't heard a lot from Orem or Service. We haven't heard a lot from Cal. We haven't heard a lot from a lot of these other characters. There's still a lot more things I want to tell in Edie Valley. And like an anime, it is arc-based. So even if this arc is coming to an end, a new one will start. However, I do want to give myself a slight breather to finally finish editing my novel, to work on other smaller projects, possibly. So I will be taking a short break after the arc is done. We'll see how long it ends up actually being. I'm going to say it's going to be the summer, but who knows? I might get halfway through the summer and just start writing it again. We'll see what happens. So Edie Valley will not be coming to an end, most definitely not, but it will be on a short break to give everybody a little bit of breathing room over the course of the summer before we get started into the next kind of series of stories. So that'll be great. In the meantime, there's a couple awesome things I'm excited to share with you about Edie Valley. First is a concrete thing that I know is definitely happening, that I've got all set up now. So many of you have been asking me to update the timeline for a long time now, and I've gotten very behind on that. However, the other day I was watching Overly Sarcastic Productions, and they had an ad on their video for this thing called World Anvil, which is a new tool that writers and dungeon masters and stuff can use to for their worlds. It kind of works as a Wikipedia for worlds and characters and stuff. They've also got an excellent timeline feature. And plus, best of all, you can post your stories themselves on this site. I've been looking for a place besides Twitter or besides Tumblr to post my stories for a long time now, because I feel like it'd be more professional if I had a website or something like that. So World Anvil will work excellently for that. So I'm gonna finish off the arc, posting the stories on Tumblr, but after that I'm probably going to move over to this World Anvil site. I'm also gonna make a timeline update video once the arc is done, which I'll use the visuals from World Anvil to supply. Currently, right now, I'm currently in the process of finally putting together the whole timeline. It's taking a very long time, but I'm doing it. I should be done with it in the next day or so, probably. So it's, of course, there isn't a lot of info on the page yet. I'm probably going to get a premium account soon in order to make the page look nicer and everything. But if there are those of you out there who want to preemptively follow it and get a little sneak peek of what the World Anvil Edie Valley page is going to look like, feel free to go down to the description below where there will be a link to it. And that would be great if y'all would follow it and everything, because that's where I'll be updating things. I'm going to put a lot of info on there as well. I'm going to put some character profiles in it, some other info that I couldn't fit in stories but isn't necessarily a spoiler. So if you want to learn more about Edie Valley, the characters, and the world, that'll be the place to check, because I'm going to be periodically updating it and putting new things on it, which will be excellent. And finally, last but not least, my last kind of update thing is something I want to do. So I've talked several times about wanting to eventually, turn Edie Valley into an anime. And obviously that won't be happening anytime soon, because I have neither the funds nor the talent to do such a thing. However, I do have the talent available to me to possibly put together a cast recording of sorts of the Edie Valley stories. Nothing is concrete yet. Nothing is set in stone yet. I haven't even asked most of the people that I have in mind for the characters to voice them. However, Dragon and I have been talking about this for several months, and I think we've basically got the casting kind of down, assuming all the people who we have in mind are down to clown with it. So that's a project I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to start this summer, and I'm hoping to mostly accomplish this summer. So some of you out there might want to keep an eye on your DMs. You might be getting a message from me soon. We'll see what happens. But that is another plan for this summer. I don't know exactly how it'll work yet. My initial thought was to do it in a series of streams as a sort of live cast reading. However, I realized that I don't know how I'm going to be able to get that many people in a room together at once, because I'm going to need at least 9, 10 to 12 people to do this properly. My second thought right now is to do a similar thing, is to make videos with a bunch of the stories in a row. Mostly so that it's not just all of the episodes again, but this time there's a full voice cast. It'll be the Great Edie Valley Read Part 1, the Great Edie Valley Read Part 2, and that way I can schedule it so that I can have smaller groups of people come together at once to do their stories, and then I'll only need to schedule everybody to be in one room together once or twice, which would be awesome and great. So look forward to more news on that. I'd also be possibly looking for artists and things like that to do some art for the Great Edie Valley Read, to give it some visuals, which would be awesome. So just if any of you are interested in that, feel free to hit me up. And yeah, so that's what's planned for Edie Valley going forward. I'm super excited to continue the journey. I have a lot more stories to tell. But for now, thank you all so much for following along to the end of the arc, and I'm going to take a short rest. So thank you all, everyone, so much as we wrap up with the final part of the conclusion this Saturday, hopefully, if I can get it done on time, and then one more wrap-up story, and then the arc will be done just in time for the end of the school year. So thank you, everyone, so much for following along so far, and I hope you continue to do so in the future. Bye-bye.